This is Eternal Blade, and welcome to part 8 of the kitchen tutorial. In this part we are going to work on the lights, and depending on how far we get, maybe work on the other parts of the scene as well. So let's go in here. I was just doing a test render. Not with any materials or anything, but we'll just delete those and everything should be good. So let's hide this. It's not that. Hide selection. Come in here and let's take a look at our lights. So let's see, it's already an editable poly, so let's go into vertex mode here. Press R and just scale that down a bit. Press 4, select this, and then we're going to want to extrude it. So extrude, and extrude it about 1 centimeter. Okay. Grow the selection and deselect this, and extrude again. This time do it on the local normal, and maybe 0.1 should be good. And let's extrude one more time. So extrude and do it 0.05. Okay, and then scale this one down just a bit. Alright, next let's select these lines here and connect, and then use this and scale it to give it kind of a oval shape, and connect again right here, assuming we can find connect. There it is, and scale it out a bit too. Next let's select this face here, and we're going to want to inset it just a bit. Okay, and let's extrude it up. Okay, and then go into the front viewport here and bring it down a bit. Press R, scale it. Okay, extrude it again. Actually, let's use the extrusion selection thing. So bring it down a bit. Okay, and scale that, and do it one more time. So extrude. Okay, and made the same mistake. So extrude. Okay, bring it down. Press R and scale. Alright, there we go. Doesn't look so bad. So press 2, select both these lines, loop, and we're going to chamfer them. So bring that way down. Okay. Now add a turbo smooth to it. Let's just check out how it looks. So we might need a bit of geometry right in here, so select the edges. Okay, edges, Z. Alright, loop, and give it a chamfer. Okay, and try it again, and there we go. Now we have a nice shape. Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's adjust the length of this cylinder here. So convert that to an editable poly. And go in the front viewport, F3, and let's actually delete that, and we'll add a new one. So go to cylinder, perspective, and let's just make one on top of here. Okay. Make the radius 0.5. That's what it was, I believe. And align it to this in the X and the Y. Give it one height segment. And then just temporarily unhide all. Convert this to an editable poly. Select the top, go to front, F3, and just raise it to right above the ceiling. Alright, next just delete these two things. So we have that. Let's see, let's make a little fixture here on the wall. So make a cylinder. Okay, and align it to the other cylinder here on the X and Y. Let's decrease that, convert to an editable poly, press 4. Alright, and then control click, and we're going to want to chamfer. Alright, bring the chamfer down a bit, and 3 segments should be enough. Alright, there we go. So select this, this, and this. Oops. And this. Go into the top viewport and simply copy it over. Okay. Now select the one that's off center and delete it. And delete that. Select everything, and let's try to just center it a bit more. Okay, it looks good. Won't match up perfectly to the photo, but it'll do alright. So there we go. The lights are done. Let's see, what do we want to do next? So this is basically the main modeling of the kitchen. Now we just get to add details and some windows over here for the sunlight and whatnot. So let's just do a simple, I don't know, container of some sort. So make a cylinder on the counter, like so. Okay, and get rid of the height segments. 24 sides should be good. Okay, convert to an editable poly. Zoom in on it here. So press 1, Control A, and I think it's a bit too big, so let's scale it in like that. Let's inset this one a bit. So inset it just a tiny bit and extrude. You want to extrude downward. So hit OK, and let's move it up. And right about there is good. Okay, so let's select the 2 top edges here, and we want to chamfer them. Oh, actually press loop first. There we go. Okay, now we have a nice little container thing. Alright, let's just position that somewhere and copy it twice. Okay, select one, scale it down, and then scale the other one even smaller. Okay, and those will do nicely. We're trying to break up the space a bit. Next, let's make a simple plate, I guess. So, right here, make a plate, and make the radius about, oh, I don't know, 12.5. That should be a good plate. And bring the height down. Okay, convert to editable poly. And with both the sides selected, let's inset a couple times. Okay, then select the vertices. Select the vertices, and then using soft selection, bring the facing down a bit, and just like this, you can make some kind of cool decorative looking plates. Alright, and that'll work. Maybe actually a bit more. Okay. And next we can use the edge and select both these edges here, uncheck soft selection, loop, and let's chamfer them. Okay, and add a turbo smooth, and there we go. We have some plates, so let's make a stack of them, I guess. Say 7 is pretty good. And then select your plates. Okay, and let's just move them into a cabinet. Okay, and just set them right down. Alright. Now you probably don't need turbo smooth for this, but oh well. So copy them over, and then let's just scale them in. So press R and make some smaller plates. Alright. Next, let's make some kind of jug or something. So, using the line tool, just quickly find some type of vertical surface and kind of quickly sketch out a jug. Okay, and then you can turn off enable and render in viewport, convert it to an editable spline, and then pressing 1 we can smooth out these lines here, or make them whatever you want, smooth, not smooth. Alright, next give it a lathe modifier. And for the axis, just move it over a bit. And then on top of that, give it a shell. And that'll give it some thickness. And if you want on top of that, give it a turbo smooth. And that'll finish it off. So, let's just select this and put it up here. Alright, and go to the camera, show safe frames. Alright, so we can barely see it, so we'll just copy it again. So let's bring it down over here, inside, and make a copy, and place it like that, and you can scale it down. Maybe place another one next to it, and maybe make this one kind of taller. Alright, and then maybe make another one next to it that is maybe squat and fat. Alright, there we go. And can move them like this. Alright, on the next one, let's see, we can, what else do we want? We can put maybe just some bowls or something. Maybe a big vase in the center here. Something to break it up. So let's make another vase. Huh. I'm trying to remember the hotkey to oop. Well, that wasn't it. One of these hotkeys will zoom into the center of this, and right now I cannot remember what it was to save my soul. So we're just gonna end that and convert it to an editable spline. Go to 1 and convert it to Bezier corner, like so. And using the same technique, first use the lathe, and then change the axis, add a shell, and add a turbo smooth. Alright, so here's our thing we can put in the center here, our vase. If everything is too much, you can always go back to the line and simply bring it in. And adjust the shape on the fly. So that's not bad. Alright. So let's put that there. Next we can maybe make a bowl. So going back into the front viewport here, let's just sketch out a bowl shape. Okay. Convert to editable spline, press 1. Bring this in, bring this down. Convert all of them to Beziers. Okay, actually give this one a Bezier corner. And adjust it. And bring this one up. Okay. And then again, on the lathe, press 1, make a bowl, shell, and turbo smooth. Okay, bring it down and set it on the counter. Alright, and the question is, where do we want it on the counter? And actually this is probably pretty good, so just put it there and copy it over here. Actually over here, I guess. And bring it up. There's actually a hole in the center of this, so let's weld the core. So there we go. Now it's fixed, and simply select, not that, this, and shift drag it up. Maybe make 7 copies. Okay, and we're going to want to fix this one as well, so go back to the lathe axis, try to find that happy median. Okay, so this one is not really doing what I want it to do. Very strange. Oh, okay. Well, if I check weld core, that would solve my problem. Alright, so that's good. So next, let's quickly model some window things. So first, let's go over here and select this and this, loop. Okay, don't loop, never mind. Just select them all by hand. Press W and shift drag them out. This is just to give it a bit of thickness. So theoretically we can shift drag them out. There we go. And shift scale them out as well. And shift drag them back just a bit. Okay, do the same over here. Shift drag them out. Okay. Shift scale them and drag them back. This is to give us just the impression of some thickness in the walls and windows. Alright, let's actually maybe increase these just a bit. So select this and make it a bit longer, and make these a bit longer as well. Okay. Next, we want to add some blinds, I guess, to these. So, I guess to go along with our bamboo theme, we'll add some bamboo blinds. Look like this. So, let's start by making a box. See right here. This will basically be where the blinds are held. And convert that to an editable poly. Alright, have it just overhang the window. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, and go in here and inset it just a bit. Alright, and extrude it up just a tad. Alright, now what we're going to want to do is make a box inside of here and convert that to an editable poly. Basically make it go from end to end. Okay, select all the edges, and we're going to want to chamfer them ever so slightly with 2 sections. Okay, and finally let's make it a bit thinner. So drag it up. Alright. Next, let's bring it out just a bit. Rotate it, say 30 degrees. Actually, let's do 45 degrees is probably better. And let's make a few copies. like this. Maybe make 10. I don't want to close all the blinds, just give them some gaps. And I guess select all these and just drag them up into there. Okay. Next, select this housing here and select all of the lines in it, and we'll just give it an overall chamfer. So that should be good. So select that and go into the top viewport here. Shift drag it. Oops, sorry. Shift drag. Rotate 90 degrees and place in the other window. Alright, perspective. And we didn't even get close, so drag it back. Right around there. Alright, and then as you can see, this window is a bit longer, so go in the front viewport here, or the left viewport. And let's just scale everything out a bit, just to cover the window. Alright, there we go. And now I've got some blinds here. Actually, let's delete these and shift drag it. Maybe make the separation a bit more. 10 copies. Yeah, that's a little better. The other ones are a bit too close. So select these, delete, and go into the left viewport, I guess. Delete that one. So select and drag down. 10 copies, okay. Not nearly far enough, so let's try here with 10. That's pretty close, so we can go with that. And again, make sure to save. Alright, so we got the blinds done and the windows done. Next, let's quickly build some more geometry around here. So I've got a polygon, and we want to create. Actually, what do we want to do here? We go to edge instead, and then select this edge. Okay, apparently I can't select any edges right now. There we go. So select that edge and maybe these three and bridge those. Bridge. For this it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Bridge. I'm just trying to create some basic shapes. So select this and connect. Let's make 3 lines to start off with, and select the vertices here, scale them out. What I'm basically going to do is make 2 big windows here. So select these 2, inset by polygon. Okay, and actually we can probably leave them like that. So delete those. These could represent sliding doors, or really anything that lets light in on the other side. So just shift drag, R, scale, and W and drag back. Alright, so those will give us some nice light coming in. That'll be it for this part. In the next part, we will, let's see here, what will we do? Probably make the chairs, and we will try to start the lighting setup.